If you own more than 10,000 XRP, experts are now predicting that you will attain full financial freedom within the next few years because there's only 2 to 5% of total XRP wallets that hold more than 10,000. So this actually puts you on the XRP's rich list. And I'm going to be discussing why in today's video that potentially holding 10,000 XRP could lead to complete financial freedom. If you do enjoy today's video, don't forget you need to smash the like and subscribe right now. Let's not waste any more time and jump straight into the video. You can actually see that there is a total of 7 million XRP wallets. Here, we're using the XRPL live statistics. We can see the transactions in the last 24 hours, but the overall general information here shows a total of 7 million XRP wallets. So if you are one of those 7 million XRP wallets, where does that actually rank you on the all-time list? So experts are now saying that if you have more than 10,000 XRP, you will amass financial freedom. So when we're actually looking at the XRP rich list statistics, there's only a few investors that hold up to 10,000 tokens. So there's only about 180,000 wallets that hold between 10,000 and 25,000 XRP tokens. Now, what's that actually valued? Well, we know the actual dollar value of XRP right now is sitting at $2. So if we were to say that 10,000 XRP, that's roughly around $20,000 in value. And here we can see there's 182,000 wallets between that 10 to 25,000, but a majority of the holders of XRP are really sitting between 0 to 20 and 20 to 500, because that actually accounts for 3.5 plus 2.5. There's actually 6 million wallets. So a total of the 6 million XRP wallets basically holding between 0 XRP to 500 XRP, which is basically under $1,000 worth. So 6 million of the total XRP wallets out of the 7 million are holding less than $1,000 worth. So it just shows you that if you are able to amass 10,000 XRP, really does put you in the absolute top tier of XRP holders. Now, when we continue on, so 81%, as we just saw, hold from 0 to 500 tokens. One thing that I want to point out right now is, why is XRP trending right now? So right now, the main trending metric for XRP is the exchange reserve. So we are seeing that the total number of coins held in exchanges as the values continues to rise in reserve. So we're seeing exchanges actually buying more XRP, adding it to their long-term reserves. So we see that as extremely bullish because exchanges are looking to add in tokens at high value prices. So if they're believing in adding in a lot of value into their reserve for XRP, just shows that they believe the underlying value, the current underlying price, is potentially undervalued. Next, we're seeing open interest for XRP climbing. So open interest is basically the number of longs and shorts that have actually been entered. And as we see, especially on this monthly chart, we've actually coming back at a real long-term support for XRP, retesting that old 2021 high. And with exchange volume, reserve volume, open interest, and even we're seeing XRP burnt is at an all-time high. Next, we're seeing the number of active unique addresses, so the number of senders and receivers within the XRP ecosystem is beginning to rise. So we had a small 1% rise already. We are seeing velocity actually decreasing. This is a measure of rate at which coins are circulating in the economy, but that's actually quite bullish. So if we're not seeing velocity increasing, we're not seeing a lot of coins turning over. That actually means that people are holding on to their coins. They're not actually buying them and then just quickly selling them. They're buying them and then holding them. They're not actually turning over. When we come back and actually look at the long-term price of XRP, I don't know how you really cannot be bullish on the long-term price. One of my favorite indicators is the exponential moving average. As we see, it has a massive positive slope. We're actually coming back to retest this support. And it makes sense as well because we're coming back to retest these old highs in 2017, the old highs in 2021. All we're doing is ensuring that we can go much, much higher. There's a lot of volume here and it makes sense. XRP holders have made huge amounts of money in the last few years. And I'm sure those long-term bag holders that are not real strong XRP holders, some of them are selling, and that's fine. That's fine if some of the non-believers are getting out of some of their XRP positions. We're not going to hold them. We're not going to get angry at them for doing so. We understand why they're doing so, but we believe that there's a lot of long-term value here, and that's why I'm looking to accumulate, especially at a value of long-term support, because what I really want to point out here is before we had this explosion in 2017, we basically were in a form of a trading range. Here, really struggling to break above and struggling to break below the overall trading range. And what happens is when price eventually did break up, like you see, we got the breakout of the trading range, retest the trading range, and then we get the huge breakout to the upside. And what I'm going to show you is this is basically what's happening right now, but on a shorter term time frame, like the weekly chart. We're basically in a form of a trading range after we had a mass explosion to the upside. Now, this is a super common pattern. After prices is up 400 and 500%, you're going to see some sellers, some short-term sellers, those non-long-term believers of XRP. What we're now expecting is as prices coming into the bottom price, the bottom range of this trading range, we're now expecting buys to increase. We're now expecting the price to quickly rise, quickly retest the top of this trading range, but then it will be a similar pattern to what I actually showed you back in early 2016 to 2017. What we'll now wait for is the break out of this channel. What we'll see is the retest. So we'll see a big wick coming back into the channel to ensure, yep, we're retesting this price and we're happy to continue to much, much higher prices. So that's really how we're going to see XRP get to that $10 price range and above. I do believe we'll eventually get there. We don't know when, we don't know which date, but if we continue to look for when XRP is coming into these strong support zones, and I'm very, very happy with these type of prices. So it just shows you that actually holding 10,000 XRP does put you in the top percentile of overall holders. The goal, and it really started years and years ago, is just to begin and accumulate. That was really my strategy, basically dollar cost average. And if you've done anything like dollar cost average into XRP over the last few years, you've definitely done very, very well, because even during this period where you're dollar cost averaging between 2022 to early 2025, you're thinking, well, oh, I'm only up 30, 40, 50% on that position. But as you continue to dollar cost average and you buy a few dollars here and a few dollars there and a few dollars here and a few dollars there, by the time you get this huge explosion to the upside, all this dollar cost averaging and accumulation really, really adds up. So if you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget, you really need to smash the like, smash the subscribe, tap the notification bell, or leave a comment. I want to hear your thoughts on XRP. I'll see you in the next video.